I'm Thuthukile Zuma. I'm a member of the ANC.
Okay, and I suppose why was it so important for you to, voice your satisfaction with the coalition with the ANC?
Well, it's because the DA has voiced its dissatisfaction with transformation in our country for the past 30 years. Every progressive piece of legislation in Parliament, the DA stands opposed to it. Recently, the NHI, hate crimes, etc. Their policies are about stalling transformation in this country, and just 2 months ago they were burning our national flag. So it's not me registering discontent, but the DA has registered discontent with the transformation of this country because they stand for white interest.
Some would argue, that an ANC-DA coalition makes sense because it represents the majority of South African voters. What would you say to that assertion?
They don't know maths, 1. 2, what we know is that the ANC is the biggest party in South Africa. And so we're saying the ANC must form government, a government of national unity, but they can't form government with a political party that's diametrically opposed to what they stand for and where they want to take this country. Because that government is no government at all.
So as young ANC supporters, who would you suggest as a coalition partner?
We have full confidence in the leadership of the ANC today. They are meeting now to deliberate on these issues, which is why we came this morning to register our concerns. And so whatever decision that will come out of that meeting and out of the deliberations that will happen subsequently, we will embrace that decision. We're just saying the decision cannot include the DA.
The voters, before this vote, I would argue that ANC has done so well, but the voters have said ANC hasn't done well. That's why we're at 40%. And the cry out there is the fact that ANC hasn't done well to transform the economy and to share this country's wealth equally. So if people are saying that, and who opposes economic transformation and redistribution, which is the DA, it doesn't make sense to me that you go and work with it when you know they will resist more of such policies to a point where you as the ANC is cannibalized to a zero and they live out of your carcass.
But would you not argue that as the ANC and DA, they now represent the majority of South Africans' interests?
They represent the majority of people who voted. South Africans are in their majority black, colored, and with the exclusion of white and Indians. Not that we don't want to include them in the South African identity. Everyone is South African. But the DA has not positioned itself as a party that represents everyone. In fact, in the last 5 years, John Steenhuisen has outcompeted the Freedom Front Plus, trying to be a right-wing racist political party. So we cannot work with racists, we cannot work with apartheid collaborators, we can't work with genocide supporters. We must reject it. If we are defeated, there will be nothing we can do about it. But personally, I won't be able to go to young people like myself and say they must vote for an ANC that decides considering the views of a Helen or a John.